What's up? I'm back. I told you guys I'll show you the nitty gritty of real estate and, owning a home. And here's the nitty gritty. Apparently, the washer hose, the drain hose, I think, is somehow disconnected and caused flood to the whole kitchen. As guys can see, you've already started mopping up a little bit. There's a lot of water over there. There's also water coming through the walls over here. So I'm putting down some blankets and some material to kind of help stop the water. So hopefully we don't have a lot of wall damage. I can already see that the wall is warping here already from the water. So we may or may not, more than likely going to have to replace the wall, at least the lower half of it. So we'll have to take the baseboard off and all of that. So, but that's the least of the problems right now. For right now, I got to figure out what caused this leak, and to do that, I got to yank the washer and dryer out of here. I already pulled the dryer out right there, so I'm gonna try to get the washer out and figure out what caused this. So I guess stay tuned for more.
All right, y'all. See different narrative.
All right, guys. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to stuck this hose up the drain on the outside real quick to see if something's potentially clogged in there. Why two pipes inside the house is blocked up. So go. I'm just trying to make a botched version of the nozzle here because the nozzle is broken. It doesn't have a thing to stop it, so just gonna push this in there, try to feed it up as best I can. Kind of fish it back and forth until it goes up enough to my liking. As you can see, there's a lot of acorns, a lot of mud. I think what happens is the pipes on the inside and the gutter system on the side of the roof all feeds into this one big drain pipe. So this is my only access point, so gotta work with what I have. Feels like it's caught on something. Alright. Those up there pretty good, huh? So I see clear water, so we're gonna go again. Oh man. Alright. Alright, so the water looks clear there. Let's go see if that changed anything on the inside. Alright, come on. Because it feels pretty heavy. So.
Tell the people what you're up to.
So I'm trying to drain whatever water is in the washing machine because it just doesn't make sense that the hose would just jump out of the wall, out of the drain pipe. So I'm kind of figuring that maybe this thing is really backed up, which is still abnormal why the whole hose would come out of the wall. But I guess one step at a time. So I'll drain this. In turn, that'll make the washer a little bit lighter. So once I do that, I am going to probably run the machine again and see if the water in the wall is going to be backing up again. And if it comes higher, then I know that there's something in the wall that's blocking the actual pipe. because I don't know. I don't think water should sit in the pipe the way it is now. But I'm trying to do everything I can before I decide to cut open the wall and pull the pipe apart, because the drainage in the floor also has some water in it. But again, I don't know what the original state is. I would assume that there's no water at all, but sometimes these things can be weird. So before I pay a plumber $500, I try to figure it out myself. Cut. Hey guys, so I guess a quick update. We have dried up as much as we can dry up. Unfortunately, there's still water underneath the floorboards in the living room and the dining room. So let me show you guys. So I pretty much pulled the floor, the quarter round off. I left the baseboard on there, but you can see water's like bubbling up when I step on it. So and that happens going all the way down there, and you can see the wall is warped down here. So there's definitely water in the wall. And the other thing is, I'm not quite sure just how far out the water comes underneath, because when you step over here in these places, you can, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you can hear the water under there. And earlier, the water was bubbling up from right in this crevice here where the floorboards meet. So the water could have already gone all the way back there. I'm not sure. It does seem like this thing was leaking for a while. So I think that what I'm gonna do, because stuff like this I think is very important for people to know, because when you have, say, water damage like this that I'm having right now, it's important to remember that, instead of rushing to fix the issue that much, your first step should be containing the issue. So stopping the leak wherever it's coming from, and then readdress it. So what I did was, I know a couple contractors. I called my insurance company to let them know that I'm having this issue, and I told them that there's water damage, there's wall damage, and I don't know what the extent of it is, because let's face it, these are laminate flooring, obviously sheetrock work, paint, all of that stuff. And with me not knowing the extent of how much of the flooring is damaged, I decided it was best to rope my insurance in at this point, because these are the exact reasons why we get insurance. Looking at all the damage, easily I can tell you that it's going to cost me over $1,000 to fix it, and my deductible is less than that for my insurance. So I look at this as an opportunity to, I guess, make things better in a sense. So what I'll do is I'll call my contractor that I know. I've already contacted him, and I'm gonna have him come check it out, see what the extent of the damage is, and basically give me a quote on how much he thinks it's gonna cost to fix the issue. And then I'll call my insurance company back and let them know whether or not I want to proceed with filing the claim, because the moment they hit okay on that claim, I don't want to say they're going to lock you in for $1,000, but you're expected to pay $1,000 deductible. And at the rate that it's looking for me, I think I'm definitely going to be over $1,000. So I guess stay tuned, more to come on that. I'll keep you guys updated as I go. And these are the problems. These are some of the issues that we're going to deal with, that we're going to face when you own houses in general. It doesn't have to be a multifamily, but expect to have a couple broken pipes, expect to have some electrical issue, which is another one of the things I'm going to have to deal with, because I don't know if you guys heard from earlier in the video, but I could hear the electricity basically sparking behind the wall for the dryer plug. And I'm sure some of you know, but that's a lot of voltage. That's higher amount of voltage than what typically is outputted in your regular outlet. So that's one of the things where, as much as I could do electrical, I'd rather not mess with it. So if I'm going to have a contractor, look at everything, I'll just point that out to them and have them check out the electrical. Now, going back to what I said earlier about containment, immediately as I heard that, I went and switched the breaker off and cut power to that, so I know that any damages shouldn't spread. So that's a part of containment. Other than that, all I'm going to say is stay tuned. There's more to come. I'll update you guys as I go, but another one for the books, I guess.